Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dig into two capabilities in Azure AI's Foundry Speech Playground. Those capabilities are voice gallery and audio content creation. But before we get started, I want to give some context on Azure Text-to-Speech's pre-built voices. So Azure offers a wide range of voices from multilingual to multi-style and has over 600 neural and HD voices in over 150 languages. These voices are offered in over 30 regions, as REST APIs and as an SDK on cloud, on-prem, and even on device. There are different types of pre-built voices, and I want to go through each of them with you before I show you the voice gallery and the audio content creation tool in Speech Playground. But first, before I talk about the different types of pre-built voices, I want to discuss a couple of words you may hear and make sure you have the correct meaning. First is contextual awareness. What that means is that the system adjusts tone, prosody, and word emphasis based on the meaning and the situation of the text. The second word you may hear is SSML. So SSML stands for Speech Synthesis Markup Language, and it's a markup language that lets you control how text-to-speech is spoken, and that includes pronunciation, pitch, rate, volume, and pauses. Okay, now we have the understanding of those words. Let's talk about the different types of pre-built voices. So the first one is something I call named voices. This is something I made up, right? I just call them named voices because they just have one name, right? But the named voices basically are our standard neural voices, which have a single identity, and they're usually one language or locale. They are not contextually aware, so they actually read the text smoothly, but they don't adapt to tone or meaning beyond, punctuation and SSML. Some use cases would be like consistent narration, simple apps, or chatbots where the tone just doesn't need to shift dynamically. And then the second voices are multilingual voices. So this is a single voice that can speak multiple languages naturally, keeping the same speaker identity across them. So what does that mean? That means, like, say we had the Deb voice, right? We had the Deb multilingual voice. So the Deb multilingual voice can speak, English, Spanish, French, German, but keeping the same Deb personality. So basically that's what that is. They are not contextually aware, but they do maintain the voice consistency across languages, but they don't adjust intonation based on deeper context. And some use cases for that would be global apps, customer support, or training content in mixed languages. The third type of pre-built voice is Dragon HD Latest. So this is Microsoft's most advanced neural voice model, and it's designed for ultra-realistic expressive speech with high fidelity, and it also has multilingual support. It also is contextually aware, so it does adapt prosody, rhythm, and emotion, to match the context of the sentence or the dialogue, and it can interpret nuances, such as, the same phrase sounding either curious versus firm. Some great use cases for that are premium narration, voice assistance, content creation, and also customer experiences where you need a natural delivery. And then the fourth type is multi-talker Dragon HD Latest. So that is basically Dragon HD Latest model that supports two speakers and a dialogue output, basically. And those are contextually aware. They do interpret context, and they manage different speaker identities, and they keep the tone and the natural flow consistent across multi-turn conversations. And some great use cases for that are conversational simulations or podcasts or even role play scenarios. Okay, so let's check out voice gallery and audio content creation in the Speech Playground. So the first thing we're going to start with is voice gallery. So what you'll see when you click into voice gallery is first you'll see rows and rows and rows of voices, right? Rows and rows and rows. There's lots of different voices to choose from. And then some of the things that you'll see is that you'll see that some of them are tagged popular, some of them are tagged featured. And then with each voice, there's going to be some description included with it. So you can see for Jane is a female, young adult. She speaks English US. She has 11 styles. So what styles are, is there actually speaking styles. So Jane has her normal voice, which sounds like this.
The voting was peaceful, turnout was high, and the mood was optimistic throughout the country.
And then she has alternate speaking styles. So if I want to show Jane unfriendly, I can use this one.
This plan is garbage, and I want no part of it.
or maybe even hopeful.
You will face many defeats in your life, but never let yourself be defeated.
So those, those speaking styles can be applied in the audio content creation tool, or also they can be applied via SSML as well. So so you'll see that each of these voices has some type of description that'll help you kind of decide if this is the voice you're looking for. Like, for example, this says an early 20s female voice, like the girl next door, that's warm and friendly, great for building a connection with users. So, and then this was what I called before. Remember, we talked about the different voices. I called this a named voice, right? But you can also see there's multilingual voices, right? And there's also Dragon HD latest voices. So you can go in here and you can, scroll through these voices. But there's a faster way to do it as well. So maybe you already know the name of the voice that you're looking for. Like, for example, maybe I know I want to use Jenny. So I'll put Jenny in here and it will bring Jenny's voices up to the top. So that's one way to do it. The other thing you can do is if you have a specific language you're looking for, you can sort by language. And then also if you want to do, alphabetically, you can do A through Z or Z to A. The other thing you can do is, once you've had a chance to really look through these voices and decide which ones you like, you can actually favorite them. So I've done that with a couple of voices here. Like I have I have Davis Multilingual favorited here. So once you've favorited those voices, if you say show only favorites, boom, your favorites show up. So that's a lot easier. So now you can go in and you can test these out. The other thing we have is try it out, right? So if you want to actually just try it out real quick here, you can do that. So I could, say with Jane, I could say, hello, how are you? And then I can go in here and I can play that.
Hello, how are you?
So that's a quick way to test out, like, is this persona going to fit the use case and the text that I'm using for my use case? Okay, now let's talk about the audio content creation tool. So when you click into the audio content creation tool, you're going to see this, but you're probably not going to see these files. You won't have files until you create them, so this will be blank. But the first thing you want to do here is you want to create a new text file, right? So this will give you a blank canvas. What you can do here is you can enter text, you can paste text here. So I'm actually going to just write some text here. So I'm going to say, hi, how are you? Let me make that a lowercase. How are you? That's enough, yeah. So I was actually playing with this a little bit, but what you probably want to do is you first want to go over here to voice, and you want to pick your voice. So you can open it up and then go to the three dots here, and it'll open up like a mini version of Voice Gallery. So you can see that you could search for your voice, you pick your language. If you have a gender, you can pick that. And then if you have a custom voice, you can pick that here. And then you can also sort. So I'm just going to pick, I think I'm going to do Davis because I like Davis a lot. So let me just pick Davis. So we'll do Davis, right? We'll pick him. So you can see now it's applied Davis to my text. So let's play that out and see what that sounds like.
Hi, how are you?
Great, thanks for that. So now there's a couple of other things that you can do. So I'm just going to show you that. So some other things that you can do is you can do break. So you can actually insert a predefined or custom pause or remove a pause between words. You can do silence, which inserts pauses before or after text or between two adjacent sentences. You can also change the word's pronunciation. We also allow you to create your custom lexicon to fix pronunciation for future cases, and I'll talk about pronunciation and lexicon in just a second. And then there's intonation, where you can change the word's tone and emphasis by adjusting points on a prosody line. There's rate to adjust the speaking speed, pitch to adjust the highness and lowness of a sound, and then there's volume, which adjusts the speaking volume. But I want to talk a little bit about pronunciation and lexicon. So I'm going to write a little bit more here. I'm going to say, hello, my name is Deb Adioba. So I already know that Davis is not going to be able to say my last name. It's a pretty hard name. Even humans have trouble saying my name, but let's play it out.
Hello, my name is Deb Adiaba.
Yeah, so that's usually how people say it, but that's not correct. So I want to go in here and I want to fix that. So what I can do is I can go ahead and highlight the word that I want to fix, and then I can open this up and I can put how it should be said phonetically in here. So then I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And then let's listen to Davis say that again.
Hello, my name is Deb Adeoba.
Perfect, great. So now I like it. So what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll highlight it again, and then I'll come in here and I will add it to my lexicon. So basically what a lexicon is where you can fix words and then you can add the fixed phonemes into a key, basically. And so now every time I type or paste text that says Adioba, the voice will say it correctly. That way you don't have to go back and fix things over and over and over again. So I already have a lexicon file, so I will click that and then I will add it. Boom, done. Okay, so I also wanted to show you a couple of voices. So I go back to manage my files. So I kind of want to show you the HD voices. So I have a couple of examples here. So I have Dragon Davis HD latest. And I want to show you how these voices are contextually aware. So I have done nothing to this text, right? I've done no tuning. All I did was put it in there, and then I applied Davis Dragon HD latest to it. Now remember, these voices are contextually aware, so it will read this out with the tonality and the emotion that goes with the text. So let me play this out for you.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I thought things would get better, but it just feels like everything keeps slipping further away. I tried, I really did. But right now, I just feel so tired, like I'm carrying a weight I can't put down. I don't know how much longer I can keep holding on.
So that's very sad. And it's truly amazing that, the HD voices are able to derive that contextual awareness from just words. So the other thing I want to show is how Davis is multilingual. So this is Davis speaking Spanish.
Hoy el mar está tranquilo y el viento sopla suave. Es un momento perfecto para salir a navegar. Mientras el barco avanza, puedo sentir la brisa en mi rostro y escuchar el sonido de las olas golpeando suavemente contra la proa. Navegar me da una sensación de libertad y paz.
So it sounds like, Davis speaks perfect Spanish, so it's great if you have, you have a voice that you really like, but you want to localize your content. Yeah, so there's a quick run through of the audio content creation tool as well as the voice gallery. Thanks for joining. Like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any other capabilities within Speech Playground you'd like me to cover. We'll see you next time.